You have these in?
Yeah.
We're back live here at Laytonia as we're all ready to go for game 2. Had again a little bit of technical difficulties to start the broadcast, but not much missed is a 4-pitch walk from Bryce Green to start out the game. Interesting scenario for Rockville. After today with a win, they'd play Putty Hill tomorrow in the playoffs, and a loss, they'd play Koa at Churchill.
Here we're talking with Mike in between games, just before game 2 got started, and how those scenarios have played out over the course of the day. And how, yeah, Josh, if we get a win in game 2, we would play Putty Hill on the road in Baltimore. With a loss, we would play Koa on the road at Churchill.
We'll see how that plays out. As there goes the runner from first. Throw down from Walsh. Just beating the throw. Good throw from him, though.
Yeah.
As this will be his first appearance behind the plate. Of course, they brought him in for some help. Look at him standing next to Genth.
Standing next to the umpire, the giant over there. He's a big guy behind the plate. I don't think there's going to be any problem with balls getting over him.
As Green will step off and look Kurek back to first. Same lineup for the Clippers. Jackson, the last pitcher in the game for them, will end up starting this one. Something you usually don't see. As for Rockville, on the other hand, similar lineup, nothing too out of the blue. Galloway getting his second start of the day today at shortstop, and then, as we said, James Walsh catching. And the second walk issued here by Bryce Green, as that's how he starts his day, with back-to-back base on balls.
And not a great way for Bryce Green to start the game. With the defensive notes, though, James Heffley's at second base for the first time in, I'd say, about a week's time.
Yeah, that he is. Heffley getting the first game off, getting some rest, as he won't be catching in this one either. As Rockville, they've really been asking a lot from him behind the plate. Certainly deserving of the day off. We'll see how Walsh does. You also see Hakopian, Furlong, and Zorbal all getting this game off. First pitch from Green. Leach, the batter, played first base last game, now behind the plate. 1-0 from Green. Misses high. Green struggling early to find the strike zone.
Yeah, so far, 11 pitches and 1 strike. That being a foul ball.
And still not getting one overs. It's 3-0 now. Tough start to the day for him. Go on.
I was going to say, it seems there's a imposter Bryce Green on the mound right now.
He's just settling in. Sometimes it takes some pitchers longer than others. Bryce Green usually a reliever. It actually is controversial to the point I just made, is because you're a reliever. Your job is to come in throwing strikes.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like I said, almost an imposter pitcher here.
You know, this one's in play to the left side. Nice diving stop by Galloway. Could have saved the run there if it got into the outfield, but has no throw on the play, and bases loaded with none away here. That'll bring up Gas Woodward, the cleanup man. He's DHing in this one. Caught the last game. With Walsh making his 4th appearance in this game, he is now playoff eligible. First pitch from Green in the dirt. Green, bases loaded and no away here. Blows a fastball by Woodward. And here's one that misses high and in now, 2-1. Green still no outs in the inning and still struggling to find the strike zone a little bit.
Yeah, pitch number 17, 4 strikes, 13 balls to this point.
As he finds it there, evens the count at 2. We did talk to Zach Sutherland, who started the previous game, Game 1, and he said that the mound quality today at Lake Tony is quite poor. Wonder if that has anything to do with what we're seeing here from Green.
Yeah, I could definitely think that could contribute to maybe the lack of success for Bryce Green to this point. As he said, there was a hole halfway to China just past the rubber there in the mound. And those words are verbatim. I'm not making that up myself.
A full count pitch blows a fastball by him for the first out, as that's a big strikeout there, getting the Clippers cleanup man on strikes.
Yeah, with getting the Clippers cleanup man out on strikes with the bases loaded, he was able to retire the most dangerous batter in the lineup, and he wasn't able to fulfill the name of cleanup spot in that at bat.
We're bring up Will Glick now. First pitch goes behind him, as it'll send Walsh to the backstop. Clippers getting their first run of the ball game on a wild pitch. Everyone else advances as well, as that sets the Clippers up with second and third here, just one away in the inning.
Yeah, Clippers putting across the first run of the inning. Hopefully Rockville can keep it a 1-0 lead, as we're still wanting to find Bryce get the strike zone.
One 0 into Glick. Prior to, he'll step off. Gets a fly ball, as it looks like left field will call it off. Meanwhile, they do call infield fly. That's Orsini coming all the way in to put out the play. 2 away now in the inning. Can't call an infield fly though, Pat. There was no force anywhere.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there.
Who called infield fly? That's incorrect.
Maybe the home plate umpire?
It was, but nevertheless. Anyways, back here is 2 away in the inning. There's a ground ball foul. I don't know, that's something that might bother me in the back of my head for the rest of this game. With runners at second and third, 1 away in the inning, the umpire issuing an infield fly. That's a first.
Yeah, issuing an infield fly with no forced outs anywhere. There's an empty first base. Is that going to make you scratch your head as much as minute?
Yes. Probably worse, actually. No, yeah, a lot worse than that. Close pitch there, misses outside, runs at 1-1. Nick Brown up. He's the first man all day that Green's gotten ahead of. 1-1 in. It's another fly ball.
Is that an infield fly too?
We'll see as Galloway puts it away for the third out. Rockville escaping some damage there as it's just a 1-0 ball game. Could have been a lot worse as they head to the bottom half, down 1-0. We're back here in the bottom of the first as Kean Sailor's in the box to lead it off. He had 3 doubles in the first game, went 3 for 4. Ayodele Jackson on the mound. He pitched last game, was actually the only one that got Sailor out all day. Got him to fly one up towards left as he misses with the first pitch here.
And Sailor, with his 3 doubles in the last game, was able to up his average north of 300, which is great to see. As you said time and time again, we like to see the bats get hot right before the playoffs. And if you want to, in the last day of the year, up your average to above 300, show those schools, show the prospects out there, show the scouts what you got. It's a great way to, I guess, bookend your season.
Yeah, he's hitting 308 now. Like you said, 7 doubles this week alone, 3 coming in the last game, 2 last night as well. In a 3-0 count now is Ayodele not pitching to him here. Both pitchers struggling to find the zone early as I'm starting to question if Sutherland's right about the mound out there.
Well, I'd like to give Jackson some credit here. This is his first batter. Yes, we can definitely take that into account, but both starting pitchers losing the first batters they've faced on 4-pitch walks. Definitely something to keep an eye on here. As I see Jackson trying to move some dirt over there on the mound. Maybe try to fill in that hole at least a little bit. Try and get a better grip. And
also to note, with Sailor getting the first at bat in this game, that was the Rockville Express's 1,000th plate appearance on the season.
Yeah, I was looking in between games on Game Changer, and the team had 999 plate appearances, and it said whoever leads off, likely Sailor, will get the team's 1,000th of the season. So, congrats to Sailor.
Is that like one of those, oh, you're the 1,000th customer, you get free prize or whatever?
Yeah, free base. You gotta walk.
There you go. We'll take it.
Yeah. I think it worked out perfectly for that little joke.
It's James Heffley, and now another guy that's got his average back up over 300 as he takes a swinging strike there, makes it 2-1. Heffley got the first game off, playing second base here in game 2. Watches a close one miss outside. In a game where strikes to this point are hard to come by, pitchers are going to want that outside called more times than not.
If that outside pitch isn't being called, you got to throw it in, and unfortunately, it's going to throw it into hitters, and they're going to rake it out.
You just saw Jackson lose his footing a little bit on the mound, but nevertheless threw strike over. It's a good regroup.
Yeah, again, with a visible hole, we can see. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. We talked with Sutherland in between games about it. We're going to have to see how that affects the pitching in this game.
Heffley swinging through that one. That'll sit him down on strikes. It'll bring up Johnny McMath now with one away. He'll hit with Sailor over there at first. McMath picked up 3 RBIs in the last game, upping his total up to 25 on the season, the team leading, as he flies the first pitch up and out of play. Other thing is that this could quite considerably be the last game of the season here at Latonia. I believe it will be. So there goes Sailor for second, head first slide, and he's in. Came to a close pretty quickly, I'd say.
Yeah. Fortunately, as soon as we started getting really settled in here, we haven't played here in over a week, but this time we played 3 games in 2 days.
I mean, you know, it's always good to end the season in your home ballpark, but they love it here at Latonia, and yeah, going in as a lower seed in the playoffs, you don't get that home field advantage anywhere.
It also depends on what happens tomorrow around the league. As we said, we have locked ourselves into the playoffs, so we could see what happens with tomorrow's game, whether we play Koa at Churchill or we play Putty Hill at St. Paul's.
Math watches one go outside, runs it 2-2 now. This being the second leg of a doubleheader, set for 7 innings here in this one. McMath going the other way, and a lot of power as the left fielder going back on it. Against the wall, puts it away. Sailor on the deep fly advances to third. That's any indication for how deep that ball by McMath was just hit. Opposite is put away in left field. Sailor still able to tag up and get third.
And not too many times you see McMath go opposite field on a power shot. And the wheels that Sailor has, he was able to tag up and advance to third, 90 feet away from tying up this game.
I'm going to bring up Ryo Fabre now. He's got Sailor over there at third with 2 away. Swings and misses that one. He's got 14 RBI on the season.
Another guy on the team with double-digit RBIs, looking to up that total in the last game of the season. As, yeah, this is actually the last game of the regular season for the Rockville Express. Not only is it the last day, but this is game 2 of a doubleheader.
Jackson set, coming in with a 1-1 to Fabre. Breaking ball over, catches strike 2. Jackson trying to strain that runner at third. He's got Fabre in a 1-2 hole. Comes in with a high one that'll even things at 2. Two. Fabre pops one up towards the right side. Right fielder closing in on it, and he'll put it away for the third out. Rockville straining one in the inning, leaving Saylor over there at third. Still a 1-0 ball game when we come back. We're back here in the top of the second as Santoro will lead it off for the Clippers. It'll be 7, 8, 9 due up for them as they're only hitting 9. Green out in his second inning of work. Struggled a little bit in his first inning of work, as some trouble with the strike zone, but looking to bounce back on that here. Fires one in to start the inning.
In the last inning, he had 25 pitches and only 9 strikes.
Fires another one in there, getting ahead 0-2. Green, the 0-2, looking for a second strikeout of the ball game. Just misses, didn't get the call there. Not a bad spot though, 0-2. One-two home, gets a swing and a foul ball out towards the parking lot. As, yeah, you see Green trying to fill that hole on the mound, kicking some dirt back into it.
I noted Jackson was doing the same thing in his pitching appearance. Trying to do a double duty of pitching and grounds crew.
Two from Green. Way outside. So that one's all the way to the backstop. Full count now. Started the at-bat 0-2 and hasn't threatened since.
Hey, we were all excited about Bryce Green finally finding the strike zone, but now he's working backwards as he went ahead 0-2, and now his 3 straight balls, now a 3-2 count.
Got him on the full count as that's his second strikeout of the game. A big one there as that's out number 1 now. That'll bring up Wingard playing left again in this one. Had that big triple last game.
Yeah, it was one of the few hits. Clippers had 6 base hits, one of the few extra base hits, I should say.
I believe they only had 2, right?
Yeah, a double and a triple.
Close one there. Misses outside for ball 1 is, like we've been saying, that outside corner, just no generosity on it. Gets under this one, sending it out towards center as Bowman under it. Sometimes on the balls hit the Bowman, you just see him not move as, you know, it's something he does very well is he plays guys perfectly, and it's trying to find the ball based on where the outfielders are moving. And yeah, Bowman, as we said, makes that play more times than not.
I think we've said Bowman under it more times than any play to any other position player in either ball game today. Definitely want to look at that.
So in shorter words, most balls are hit out to center.
Yes.
We just gave you the most elaborate way to say that.
Oh, yeah.
And then to summarize it in short.
Yep.
0-1 from Green. This is inside all the way to the backstop. Green making quick work of this second inning. Looking to get out of it here. Chance for him to go 1-2-3 as he leaves this one upstairs. Two one, misses high as well. 3-1 now. Green leaving back-to-back fastballs up.
Yeah, we're looking to see Green get through 1-2-3 inning for the first time this game, and unfortunately, again, is working backwards as he got ahead and is now trying to work out of a 3-1 hole here.
Green set the 3-1. Just misses outside, and that'll be a 2-out walk. Third walk of the day for Green. As just here in the second inning, not really the start Rockville was expecting.
Well, after an inning and 2/3 of work, this is going to be pitch number 40 on the day from Bryce Green. Not sure if Rick Price is going to leave him in for any longer.
We'll see. Can't imagine they'll pull him this soon.
Well, again, with this game both meaning a lot to both ball clubs, we don't want to lose any valuable pitching. We don't want to use any arms, but we also don't want to, give up large leads.
Two-0. Catches one. As they nearly got the runner to run down, they had his back totally turned to the play. Unable to get the ball over to him. If you're Walsh, you got to see that.
Yeah,
You're the catcher, you got to see everything on the field. That runner was halfway down the line when he had it.
Yeah, if you had a little bit of sense of urgency on that, we would have been out of the inning.
Another good pitch there from Green as he fires in a strike. Green looking for that strikeout ball. Gets a foul ball off the netting. So that'll keep things at 1-2. 1-2 now, misses outside, so that'll even things. Green working that pitch count up here, just through an inning and 2/3.
Inning and 2/3, that was pitch number 44 on the day.
And some misses inside as well. Meanwhile, on the other hand, a Yodelay Jackson getting the start was the reliever in game 2. I can't imagine he goes too far into this ball game.
Yeah, Jackson threw 1 inning on 20 pitches.
You might see a bullpen kind of game on both sides.
Well, again, as we're trying to save arms for the playoffs, I don't think we'd like to see that.
Here goes the runner for second, and a perfect hit and run as this one's through up the middle. He'll get third now as the Clippers will have runners at the corners with 2 away. Really getting to Green here, capitalizing on some bad pitches, and then the ones that do catch the zone put in play. It's their second hit of the ball game.
And unfortunately, with Bryce Green missing a lot, as you said, the strikes that do hit the zone are hit out into play.
Genth due up for his second at bat got a base on balls his first time through. This one misses way outside to start off the at bat. As there's a time from Rick, as I think he's seen enough. He'll have a word with Green and we'll step away while he does. Back here in the top of the second, Rick Price heading back to the dugout, sticking with Green here, as he's got runners at the corners with 2 away and a 1-0 count to Genth.
I'm not necessarily sure Rick Price has anyone to replace Bryce Green.
Well, here's a fly ball towards the outfield, and it drops in there. That'll make it a 2-0 ball game. I'll tell you will see is you will see James Howe come in and relieve, because he does need one more appearance before being playoff eligible.
And when it does come up, we have an interesting stat for you. I'm going to keep you all guessing as to what that is.
I thought you said it last night on the broadcast.
Might have. And if you,
if you were paying attention, it should not be an interesting stat, but
I will let you, if none of you do remember or were not here for the previous broadcast last night, I will have you guessing.
Meanwhile, this one gets away from Walsh, and he can't find it, as both runners advance now. Green, another wild pitch. I still like it every time Walsh stands up. Just look at him next to the umpire.
That might be one of the tallest catchers I've ever seen.
A la Matt Wieters.
Okay. Matt Wieters is tall and just...
I mean, there's tall, there's baseball tall, and then there's just tall.
I think Walsh is just tall.
Yes, that was the point I was making.
Yes.
Thank you, Pat. Some misses as well. 3-0 now. Green does have a base to work with, and looks like he'll use it here. And a 4-pitch walk. No? Huh, might have been ball 3. Oh, yeah, looks so. My apologies.
Shows you how much we're paying attention.
I wouldn't say that. It's just stuff happens. Nevertheless, green 3-0 now. Has no different result.
There's ball.
Just had to wait another pitch for it.
Yep.
I saw the future.
Did you?
Yeah. Had a vision. Said
Okay.
4-pitch walk, they'll use the open base. That'll bring up Gast Woodward, the cleanup man for the Clippers, for the second time in this ball game, hitting with the bases loaded.
This time he does have 2 outs, but last time he was retired.
He was the first strikeout victim of the game. Green first pitch to him. Fouled off towards the left side. We'll run it 0-1. One coming in. Breaking ball nearly came back in, but apparently not enough, as that'll keep things at 1. Swing, and here's one towards the back behind the plate. Walsh under it, and can't make the play. Walsh could have had a play on it, didn't read the ball breaking back towards the field as this drops foul. It's strike 2, however, and Green now just 1 strike away from getting out of this. One, 2. Here's another foul ball back for Walsh, but this one will get out of play and up onto Rick's roof and in the gutter. That hit the gutter on the fly. Some target practice there for Gast Woodard. As we'll have to do the 1-2 over again. Green set.
It's one way to hit it down the chute.
And for the second time, he'll strike out Woodard with the bases loaded, this time to end the inning. A 2-0 ball game when we come back in the bottom half of the second. We're back here in the bottom of the second. Steven Orsini looking to get things started for the Express. Hitless in the first half of the inning. As we'll see what they do here in the bottom half. This one missing up and away. Jackson set. He's working in his second inning of work. Pitched in the last game as well. As he comes in, missing high. Runs it 2-0 to Orsini. Here's another one in the dirt. 3-0 now. Started last inning with a 4-pitch walk and seemingly about to do it again here.
We'll see what this next pitch is 9 times out of 10, that fourth pitch, if you're down 3-0, is a strike. That's why I said 9 times out of 10, because last time it wasn't. It was ball 4.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10.
Now 9 times out of 11.
He might have just jinxed it in our favor. Either way, Orsini aboard with a 4-pitch walk to start off the inning. Time called by the Clippers. They're going to have a meeting on the mound. As we pointed out, Jackson started game 1, and yeah, that'll be it for the day on him. We will get the pitching change when we have it. It'll be Tommy Pifley, right-hander from CCBC Essex. And as he warms up, we're going to take a break. We're back here in the bottom of the second. Pifley on the mound, ready to go, as he'll face Jesse Lacefield. As his first pitch airmails the catcher, Orsini will advance to second easily.
Doesn't have to be on the lineup card.
Lacefield in a 1-0 count now. Orsini moving up to second on that last pitch. In game 2, a lot of pitchers are struggling to find that zone. As we touched on, Sutherland was saying that the mound conditions here at Latonia were not great, and you see a lot of pitchers just missing high over and over again.
Yeah, with Pifley's 2 pitches having the catcher pop out of his squat. Wonder if we're going to see his pitches come south and maybe in his strike zone.
It's 3 in a row missing up. The first one went completely over his head, and the last 2 had them both in a full stand. So we'll see with him yet to throw a strike. I can't imagine Lacefield swinging on 3-0. can kind of tell by how much he was moving that bat. He had no intentions on swinging.
Well, I don't think you have any intentions on swinging.
I don't think I've ever seen a guy at the plate move the bat that much prior to the pitch.
Definitely think might have been getting into the head of Pyfley a little bit there. Again, I don't think there's any really big reason to swing on 3-0 there, as neither batters so far in this inning have seen anything to swing at.
I'm going to bring in Danny Salisbury now, as Pyfley finally finding the strike zone, gets one over.
Pyfley 5 pitches, 4 balls, and that was his first strike thrown.
And right back upstairs.
Definitely making the catcher there get a little bit of a workout there, going up and down a lot.
I'm sure most catchers are used to it. Maybe not to that extreme, but...
I was going to say, maybe not this many consecutive pitches.
Another high fastball. Salisbury offered at it, however, and what could have been 2-1 is now 1-2.
Yeah, definitely a pitch he liked back, as that one was above the letters, I think. Lit up his eyes a little bit, and unfortunately he couldn't hold back on it.
1-2 now. Also missing high. Pyfley just having a rough time getting that ball down. He's throwing hard, just leaving him up there. Two. Misses high. Full count now. Put in play out into right, and this will get down. Orsini round, and he's going to score. Rockville, their first hit of the ball game, also their first run of the ball game, as it's a 2-1 game now.
Yeah, Orsini putting on the Jets there, making sure he's crossing the plate. As you said, Rockville gets into the scoring column and the run column on that play. Salisbury able to work a 3-2 pitch over the second baseman, lining it into right field. There goes the no-hitter, and we've got ourselves a small little momentum shift here.
And Galloway will look to keep that going, as getting the start in both legs of the doubleheader now. Got a hit last game out. So he fouls one back towards the right side. First baseman on it, can't get there. Brown was in pursuit, but ran out of room. Rockville threatening here in the inning. Already one scored. Runners at first and second with none away. Capitalizing off the walks as time is called at the plate by Galloway.
Yeah, long stare down from Pyfley. I guess he, in Galloway's eyes, it took too long and had to reset.
Oh, 1 misses well outside, evens things at 1. Pat, we got through game 1 in about an hour and a half. Now 50 minutes down in this game, still in the second inning. Here's a ground ball towards second. Tough hop on him, gets through. Around is Lacefield, and he's going to score a tie ball game. As another hit in the inning, Galloway's second of the day, gets the RBI. Rockville tying things up, and that'll bring up Walsh. To bring up Walsh, he had a plate appearance last time, went down on strikes. As the only 2 appearances from him have both had the same result. Watches one go by here. Good RBI chance for him, however, as he's still got runners at first and second.
Hey, Galloway was able to get a pitch to hit. Was able to tie the ball game here. We've got a brand new ball game, so we've got a tied score at 2. Let's see what Walsh can do here with runners at first and second and no outs.
1-1 from Pifley. Misses outside, runs it 2-1. Another one just missing high. Pifley still having trouble getting the ball down.
Yeah, Pifley, that was pitch number 17, and he has 11 balls and only 6 strikes. Has issued 1 walk. I'd like to see where those numbers continue either in this inning and or his outing.
There's ball 4, missing high. That'll load the bases now. Salisbury the runner at third, Galloway at second. Walsh, first time on base all season. As Baltimore will call time and they'll meet on the mound. We'll step away while they do. Back here in the bottom of the second following the mound visit. It'll be Nate Bowman stepping in now with bases loaded and none away. Rockville already scoring 2 in the inning. Chance to make it even more.
Take the words out of my mouth, Josh. All good.
That's what happens when you spend the whole summer working together.
Yeah.
There you go, bring him in now, bring him in.
Bowman watches one go by, as I can't blame him. The 0-1 in the dirt.
One of the few balls thrown from Pifley that are low in the zone have hit the dirt. Most of them have had the catcher, Leach, popping out of his squat behind the plate.
Yeah, seemingly over-adjusting there following the mound visit. 1-1. Misses outside. Bowman ahead in the count now, 2-1. And 3-1 now. Pifley, same struggle. Can't get the ball over the plate. I mean, if you're a hitter for Rockville, is you come up knowing that, or at least based on observation, that you have a better chance of him just walking you on 4 pitches before throwing 3 strikes over. As Bowman thought he had ball 4. Generous call on the outside. (3-2), a feeble swing and a miss. Bowman indecisive whether or not to pull the trigger and offers at it too late. As that'll be the first out of the inning.
There you go, bring him in now.
Chance now for Saylor to pick him up. First pitch to Saylor, misses up and in.
We've said that a few times. First pitch missing.
Yes, that's been the story for both teams, I'd say, just working from behind counts.
Definitely gonna have to ask the pitchers after this in between.
Meanwhile, Saylor out towards center, center fielder going back, and off the top of the wall, nearly a grand slam. Meanwhile, Abrams stumbling around third, and he's going to score another double for Kean Saylor, as he's been hot lately. His 4th double on the day. That'll clear the bases. Rockville taking a 5-2 lead now. I mean, you've got to be kidding me. He's ridiculous right now.
He's gonna hit double-digit doubles in a week.
That's his 9th double of the week. You cannot make that up.
Mind you, we've only played 4 games.
Yeah.
We played Monday, Thursday. Well, we played 1 on Monday, 2 on Thursday, 1
5
last night.
games.
Okay.
Even so, like,
Crazy.
can't get hotter at a better time, too. Giving Rockville a 5-2 lead now.
And yet another first pitch ball.
1-0 to Heffley catches, evens things at 1. Hits even now at 3 apiece, but Rockville in front 5-2 now. There's one in the dirt, runs at 2-1. Two one to Heffley. Misses well outside. There's so much time in between pitches in this game, too. Just no sense of urgency. So we'll see what Pifley comes back with 3-1. It'll be yet another walk. Not the most entertaining inning here, but certainly productive for Rockville.
Not the most entertaining. We put up 5 runs. What are you talking about, Josh? I'm very entertained
I'm talking
here.
about in terms of the walks.
Oh. Well,
Minus the double. Yes, correction. Minus the double.
yeah, minus double. Again, we put up 5 runs with 1 out. I'd say this is, yes, there are walks and it's
Well, that's
little
the
quiet.
day for Pifley. Is we'll see yet another pitcher start to warm up. Second pitching change in the inning, and Rockville not done yet, is still 2 aboard with 1 away in the inning. Into pitch now, Christian Schertzer. He'll start to warm up. We're going to take a break here. And Scherzer's warm on the mound as that'll bring up Jonathan McMath as he's got runners at first and second now. Another RBI spot as he looks to keep the line moving. We'll see if Scherzer has any better luck getting the ball over the strike zone.
I was noting it in between pitching changes that there are 2 on for McMath yet again. Something we've said not just a lot this season, but a lot today, as he had 2 base hits with 2 runners on. Talked to him in between games, and he just, I don't know, it's just something about 2 runners on. He just sees the ball differently.
Gets under it a little bit too much here as it's hit off towards the left side. Third baseman puts it away for the second out. As a rare sight there with runners in scoring position, McMath unable to bring him home.
With that there, interesting scenario. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 2. You could say Deuce is wild.
Fabre up now, runners at first and second. Good stop behind the plate as this one misses in the dirt. One-0 to Rayo. Swings at one well above the zone, helping him out there. The new arm on the mound usually want to see a strike come through. That one certainly wasn't it.
No, that one, again, was letter high at least.
It's Kean Saylor, the runner at second, Heffley over there at first. As what could have been 3-0 misses outside, running at 2-1.
Saylor had that big bases clearing double.
I thought that was out. I honestly did. Hit off the top of the wall in the deepest part of Latonia out in center. Fabre ground ball towards third. He'll touch third and end the inning, but not before Rockville striking with 5 runs here in the second. 5-2 as we head towards the third. Back here in the top of the third, Ethan Zorball on the mound now, as he'll get an appearance here, trying to hold a 5-2 lead here in the third.
unfortunately, that move isn't so surprising as Green, through 2 innings, had 57 pitches.
This will be Zorball's 8th pitching appearance of the year as he gets a swing and a foul ball back. Through 17 innings, he's got 14 strikeouts and a 3.18 ERA. Ground ball, nice play out there at short. Throw across by Galloway, airmails. And after a nice stop, unfortunately a throwing error is going to allow him to reach.
Yeah, it's unfortunately his second throwing error of the day in back-to-back games for Galloway there at shortstop. We'd like to see him fine-tune his movements there and fine-tune that throw down to first. That airmailed Johnny by about 10 feet maybe. It was up there.
He didn't even really try and jump at it. There's no need to. That allows Glick to reach. That'll bring up Brown now. Here's one in the dirt. Gets stopped by Walsh. The lights are on here at Latonia as we head towards the 8:30 mark. There's another ball in the dirt from Zorball. Runs at 2-0. Quite the flip from the first game is that's what we kind of noticed in the doubleheaders. When game one goes fast, game two just goes backwards. Here's one straight up towards the left side. All three converging on it. And no one comes up with it as Galloway in and out of his glove. Unfortunately, his second error on 2 plays.
As soon as I was saying we'd like to see him fine-tune his fielding out there, another error, this time a fielding error, as he dropped a possible out number 1 of the inning.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, that's 3 on the day, as he had one back in game 1, like you said.
And 2 on back-to-back batters.
Unfortunately, just not helping Zorball out there is what could be 2 outs and no one on, is no outs with runners at first and second. Here in the 3rd inning brings the tying run to the plate. I know that's early, but in a 7-inning game, you never know. Santero out towards right. Long run for Salisbury and over his head, as one will score, maybe 2. Around third, and this will be a triple for Santero. That'll make it a 5-4 ball game. The errors quickly proving costly, as with no outs now, a triple.
Unfortunately, if you're Gallo, you've got to be kicking yourself and not helping out your pitcher here. It looked like he was going to get through the inning on pretty quickly, but back-to-back errors have let the Clippers climb back and are clawing away, and now only down 1 run.
That'll bring Wingard out of the 8 spot. There's a ball that gets away from Walsh. He can't find it, and on a wild pitch will tie the ball game. Certainly not the inning Rockville won, as they came into it up 5-2, and just 3 batters later we're even at 5.
Yeah, with Zorball coming in, this is his first inning of relief here. Not the start you wanted from him, and not the start we've seen from him so far this season.
And doesn't get any help there, as this one just missed inside. Wingard came up with an RBI spot, but on the wild pitch. A tie ball game now, and empty bases, as this one misses inside to him, running it 3-0. Swinging a foul ball back into the fence, runs it 3-1. Surprised to see him swinging 3-0, but nonetheless. Zorball, new life in this at-bat as he's got a strike over. See what he comes back with. Gets another swing and a foul ball. Way to battle back. His last 2 pitches have run this count full. Wingard back in, following back-to-back foul balls. See if Zorbal can sit him down here. And he does get the swinging strike 3. Battling all the way back from 3-0 to get him.
Yeah, it's great to see from Zorbal get his first strikeout of the day. Get that. Hopefully he's getting the command of the strike zone that he wants and that we know he has. Maybe this is a small turnaround as the
That'll bring up Raddick as he'll watch strike 1. Good spot there from Zorbal. Batting out of the 9 spot, Zorbal not afraid to go right at him. Here's one in the dirt, evens things at 1. Another swinging strike as that runs at 1-2 now.
Zorbal ahead of the batter for the first time this inning.
Swinging a ground ball towards second. Zorbal to lunge at it and missed it. And off the glove there of Heffley. Heffley not usually a guy you see make an error like that, but here we are. That's not only the 3rd one in the game, but the 3rd one in the inning.
Yeah, and all the errors have been committed by the middle infielders here. 2 by Galloway, 1 by Heffley here. Definitely not helping out your pitcher here. We're trying to get through this ball game as quickly as we can.
And if you're Zorbal, seemingly frustrated, there's 3 errors in an inning. That's 3 potential outs. That's asking your guy to go out there and really get 6 outs now.
Yeah, 6 outs, and now with the brand new ball game with the Clippers having those errors come back to haunt the Express, and then a wild pitch tying up the game.
Top of the lineup up now too is Kurek. Watches 1 go by, evens the count at 1. One in there, runs at 1-2. Great spot there from Zorbal, up and in.
Put him away now. Put him away.
Ethan looking to get another out here, 1-2. Ground ball towards McMath. He'll go to second with it. Galloway back to him. And a 3-6-3 to end it. The defensive play they needed started off by McMath as it ends back with him as it stays a 5-5 ball game as we head towards the bottom of the 3rd. Back here in the bottom of the 3rd is Steven Orsini will lead it off. He led off last inning as well. Rockville nearly hitting a round. They scored 5 an inning ago.
Yeah, putting across, getting walks, getting base hits, timely at-bats, and everything working for them.
Unfortunately, giving those 3 runs right back, however, as we've got an even ball game. Orsini watching one miss upstairs. Next one in the dirt, 2-0 now. Shirts are all around the strike zone to start this at-bat. One high, one in the dirt.
It's good to even it out with going inside and then outside.
It's a foul ball back into the cage for good measure. Two-one. Just missing outside. Good eye there by Orsini. Runs at 3-1. Ground ball towards first. He'll take it himself for the first out. Quickly one away. This game's certainly having the makings of a long one. Is about an hour and a half down now. Just one out in the third.
Yeah, unfortunately, like you said earlier, that's how the doubleheaders have gone for the Express this season. One game goes quickly, other game flips the script time-wise.
And you got to think neither team a fan of it, is both have already secured playoff spots.
But we'll say this though, that usually, unfortunately, the way the Express play doubleheaders is one game goes really well and really quickly. Second game goes drags on, but this is a 5-5 tie. Usually, I've seen games where the script flips and we're losing by lots of runs. That's why it's very slow.
And the large part of that is both pitchers on either side unable to throw strikes in this game. Is see Salisbury now in a 3-0 count. And a 4-pitch walk, he'll be on base. I'm sorry, that was Jesse Lacefield. Walking, now Salisbury's up.
What is he, 10th walk combined from the 5 pitchers to this point in the game. Just one out in the third inning.
Here we go. Bring him around now. Bring him around.
Here's one that misses low to Salisbury. Yeah, 10 walks through with one out in the bottom of the third. Yeah, certainly not great from either team. As here's a swing and a foul ball back into the cage.
Ten walks, 6 being issued from the Clippers, 4 from Rockville.
I mean, yeah, that's 10 walks, and there's been 16 recorded outs in this game. That's interesting ratio there.
Yeah, it's not really good walks to out ratio. Not a typical ratio you'd use in a baseball game.
Not relevant to this game, though.
Yes, very much.
Make it be there.
As Salisbury nearing a walk here, so that would make it 11.
Yeah.
Inside, ball 4, back-to-back walks now. Rockville runners at first and second.
Make it be there now.
Usual ratio you hear is walks to strikeouts, and that's walk number 11 to just 6 strikeouts for both pitching squads. I don't know what the actual number is, but I know it's 11 to 6.
Also, in large part to why the hit totals for the teams, Baltimore with 4, Rockville with 3, but a 5-5 ball game regardless. Galloway swinging through the first pitch here, runs at 0-1. Comes back with a curveball that catches. Good spot on that. Right on the outside corner, runs at 0-2. And indecisive on that one, offering a feeble swing. Much too late, however, as that'll be the second out. That'll bring up Walsh. Walked his last time through. Walsh in 3 at-bats on the season, 2 strikeouts and a walk. Thought about offering there, holds his bat back, but a called strike regardless. He's got Orsini at... Lacefield at second, Salisbury over there at first. Walsh watching a pitch miss outside, evens things at 1. Schertzer, the 1-1. Gets a swing and a miss from Walsh. Schertzer just 1 pitch away from getting out of the bottom of the 3rd. He's got Walsh in a 1-2 count. And called strike 3. As that'll be it for the bottom of the 3rd. A 5-5 ball game as we head towards the top of the 4th. We're back here in the top of the 4th. That was Gent starting the inning off with a long foul ball towards the pole. Nevertheless, a long strike 1. Oh, 1 from Zorball. Breaking ball. Broke a little bit too late. I think the height of Walsh didn't really help him there.
Don't think we're going to say that too many times.
It's a ground ball. Will split the infielders and get into left as Baltimore will start the inning with a base runner. 4th inning now towards the back half of this ball game. Still 5-5. Coming into this inning, both teams really looking at this as a fresh start.
As we said earlier, this is game 2 of a doubleheader, so we're only going to play 7 innings. Well, as of the score now, we might play more than that. We'll see what happens in the next few innings.
It'll be Leach due up. as a strike on the outer half called strike one. Good pitch there from Zorbal. Gets a swing and a fly ball towards Orsini. Put away for the first out as that was hit right at him. With one away and a runner on first, that'll bring up Gast Woodard. And despite his team's success at getting on base, he's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, it's something you don't see from a lot of batters is from the Clippers at this point in the ballgame not reaching base.
Especially the cleanup, man. Rockville getting the big outs when they need them.
Right, twice so far in this game, he's come up with bases loaded, and twice has been unsuccessful and has walked his way back to the dugout with no hits and no RBIs.
Meanwhile, here's a ball in the dirt. Genth got a few steps off first when Walsh recovered that ball. I'd like to see him a little bit more aggressive and go ahead and try and throw that down there. There's really nothing to lose. 2-0 from Zorbal. Swing to miss. Good spot there on the high fastball. The 2-1. In the dirt, this will get away, and Genth will go to second. Walsh having a tough time behind the plate dealing with these low balls.
And unfortunately, this is Walsh's first start behind the dish this season, as we're trying to kind of cram in his 4 appearances to make him playoff eligible, as this is the last game of the season, and he was a very late addition to the ball club.
There's a swing and a ball hit out of play. One hopping into the parking lot, nearly got up on the roof.
I was going to say, just missed Rick's roof by maybe a foot or two.
I love how we started calling it that week 1 and then just left it be for about a month, and then this last week it's once again Rick's roof. As this one misses outside. Not a terrible spot, but a ball in the eyes of the umpire, and Gast Woodard, the second walk surrendered by Zorbal.
Yeah, it's not great to see from either pitcher so far to this point in the game. No pitchers, I think, have really found a good command of the zone.
No, I wouldn't say. Can maybe say Schertzer came in throwing some strikes, but nothing that's been overpowering.
Yeah, Schertzer was throwing strikes. He had 2 strikeouts and 2 walks, but in his 27 pitches has 15 balls and only 12 strikes.
Better than anyone else can say. As there goes the runner for third. Walsh had no idea and just doesn't throw it down. Glick now in an 0-2 count, but runners at the corners now for him. And I wouldn't be surprised after that play if you'll see Woodard take off. Prior to, Walsh would go down and have a word with Zorbal. Going over a possible first and third steal here, I could imagine. Lengthy conversation now as here comes Heffley as well. The starting catcher for Rockville normally is, I'm sure he has something to add to this conversation. They'll break now an 0-2 count to Glick. Runners at the corners. The Clippers a chance to take the lead here as Zorbal looking to avoid that. And this ball over the head of Galloway. Good effort from him, but this will get down. into center field. 6th hit of the game for Baltimore will make it a 6-5 ball game now. That's going to bring up Nick Brown. He'll have a chance to hit with 2 on, just 1 away here in the 4th. Swinging a foul tip back into the mid of Walsh for the first strike.
It's great to see Zorbal get a hit of a batter here, especially as he just surrendered the lead on a base hit up the left side.
Comes back with one that misses down and in, evens things at 1. Check back on second, the 1-1 coming home, catches. Great spot there from Zorbal, doesn't even warrant a swing. One, 2. Foul ball, Walsh unable to hang on, as we'll do the 1-2 over once more. And that time he does hang on, swinging a foul tip. Great play there by Walsh, as that'll be the 2nd out.
Now a little breathing room for the Express here is there are still 2 on, but there are 2 out.
That does bring up Santoro, who tripled in his last time around. It was a big one at that, as that got the Clippers back into this ball game. As you see some confusion on the mound, Zorbal throwing his hands up towards the bench. Good spot there on the first pitch, doesn't get a call on the outside. Zorbal 1 out away from getting out of a jam. Is Walsh unable to hang on here? That'll be a pass ball. Both runners advance on that previous pass balls, 2nd and 3rd now. Only making this an even tougher spot here, as this one goes up and into Santoro. Clippers bench does not appreciate that, as you heard the yells come. Meanwhile, Zorbal working back in with a fastball here, runs it 3-1. I love it every time Walsh stands up next to the umpire. It's just a great visual.
It's almost like the Aaron Judge, Jose Altuve meme out there.
Got him with the high heat, runs it 3-2. Santoro helping him out a little bit. It does speak to the benefits of working inside, though.
So you can work inside and outside.
Santoro helping him out again. Foul tips one that was letter high.
Of this being a full count, you do swing at anything close.
I wouldn't say that one was threatening, but
I was going to circle back to that at some point.
Got him in the dirt. Throw down to first for good measure will end the inning. Rockville escaping without any further damage, as it's a 6-5 ball game headed towards their half of the 4th. we're back here in the bottom of the fourth as Nate Bowman will lead it off for Rockville. Bottom of the order due up will be 8, 9, and 10. It was on the first pitch, a blue foul ball towards the pitcher. Didn't really make him work too much. He's on one pitch, one out here. Schertzer taking care of business himself, one away in the inning. I'll bring up Kean Saylor, who I don't need to remind you, 4 doubles already today.
3 in game 1, 1 in game 2 here.
Nearly a grand slam last time through as well.
Yeah,
had that ball hit. You say it. Go ahead.
Ball was halfway up the wall there in left center, over by that light, the second light pole. To the left, that is.
Fortunately for Saylor, second time this season and this week, he's had one go off the top of the wall. Had one back at Koa that nearly got out to start the game, as both ended up resulting in doubles. (2-1), a close pitch misses. I'll run it 3-1. Rockville getting a little help from behind the plate. No complaints, of course.
No.
Saylor on 3-1 swinging. Fouls one back.
Saylor doing his best to knock the camera loose a little bit.
Yeah, but because of its expertly placed spot by you, it does not get knocked out. Is a backhand flip to get Saylor. No way. Can we review that?
Lay it back.
Wow. They're going to call Saylor out on, looked like he was a step past the bag. Nevertheless, a highlight reel play out at second base as he bobbled it and threw the ball behind him to get the second out here.
Yeah, highlight reel play. I guess, as you said, he bobbled and then almost lollipop threw it to the first baseman there, beating out Saylor by a quarter of a step.
There's Rick Price, and hey, the Blue Jackets back. He
Yeah.
doesn't agree with that, and you'll see him argue this with the home plate umpire.
If
You don't see Rick out there to argue too many calls, but had one in the first game he didn't like, and frustrated here as he's going to have a word with home plate.
If you call blue, are they both going to answer to that call? Is they're both wearing blue?
I'm just not going to answer that, so the longer I let that question hang up in the air. Meanwhile, this one gets by. Strike one to Heffley. Rick arguing that call to no avail as another one comes into Heffley, strike two.
Heffley not too sure about that one. He's just standing there, talking to the umpire, making sure of where that was called.
I mean, you can't be deceived by the catcher not hanging on. It's just a curveball, undoubtedly strike three. That was a beautiful pitch that'll end the inning. 6-5 as we head towards the top of the fifth. We're back here in the top of the fifth, a 6-5 ball game, in a game that is just slowly moving along. Zorball still on the bump here. I thought he had an alright outing to this point, just not a lot of help from the defense, unfortunately, as 3 errors have been committed. A couple mishaps behind the plate as well, but all you can do is throw strikes and go from there.
Ethan so far has 3 strikeouts to 1 walk, but unfortunately 47 pitches in just 2 innings.
And this is a jam shot. Will get down in center, as that's how Baltimore will start the inning. Not taking too kindly to Rockville knocking them off in the first game is, I guess, a little bit to play for, as the teams are 1-1 in the season series. It's always nice to get that. Bragging right up for next year, you could say.
Bragging right for next year, but also bragging right for the playoffs. If these teams...
Well, the only bragging rights in the playoffs is who's standing at the end of it.
Yeah, well, I was getting ready to say, if these two teams do face each other in the playoffs, whoever wins this game here could definitely have the momentum swing.
Yeah, it's certainly building up for an exciting playoffs, as you've seen everyone beat everyone in this league. No one team on any given day.
Including FTB getting 2 wins.
So my point stands.
Yeah. Everyone getting wins in this league. Win totals ranging from 2 to north of 20.
Zorboy's got a 1-2 count. Fires in strike 3. Is that strikeout 4? I believe that's strikeout number 4.
Yeah.
Numbers.
Sorry, I'm tired. Just trying not to stifle a yawn.
I guess I caught you at a...
You kind of did.
My apologies.
It's all good. No fault of your own.
Of course I do have to be nice, as Pat's my ride home. So, got to treat my color man here with the utmost respect.
So I hope you do that even if I'm not driving.
Yeah, but I have a little bit more room to have as much fun as I want. You know, it's, you got the keys, you got the control, is the saying.
Yeah, it is true.
Zorball, not a bad move over to first there, almost got him. Next pitch, a ground ball that goes 5-hole to McMath and into right. That'll give Baltimore first and third, as that's their 8th hit of the ball game.
Yeah,
compared to Rockville's 3.
Hit just too hard for McMath to get a glove on it. That is, yeah, as you said, another base hit for the Clippers here.
Yeah, I mean, with a lefty batter, that's almost no time for Math to react to it. He had him leaning to one way and it ended up slicing right through the 5-hole. He had Salisbury playing that well up the middle, too, as he had a long way to go to pick that ball up near the line. Genth at the plate now. First pitch to him missing high. Clippers yet another run scoring opportunity. They've already pushed across 6. They're looking to expand that here as a ball nearly clips Genth on the helmet. Hits the bat. Wow. That's what that sound was. Hit the end of the bat. We'll run things 1-1, but Zorball upset about something. I don't see what it was, as a foul ball would work in his favor.
I'm not really sure what he was. Either he was confused or
maybe he didn't hear the foul ball call.
Yeah, he did throw his hands up in the foul ball motion, trying to, I guess, get a...
Yeah, 1-1 is the call, so...
confirmation from the umpire.
Genth trying to duck out of the way of that ball, left the bat up and just skimmed the top of it. Here's a jam shot. Tough ball to get to, and no one will get to it. This will be a run. That'll make this a 7-5 ball game now, as the Clippers still threatening with 2 on. To no fault of Zorbal, he's gotten a lot of jam swings. Just these jam shots are dropping.
Yeah, they're just blooping into the shallow outfield. It's all you really can do with a jam shot.
Walsh, again, a pass ball, unable to hang on. Both runners will advance. Unfortunately, a lot of mishaps behind the plate. Balls hitting off the end of the glove, balls in the dirt not getting blocked, and a lot of runners advancing as a result.
Well, as I said earlier, this is Walsh's first start behind the dish of the season, and unfortunately, what looks to be some rust needs to be knocked off. Hasn't been knocked off, and it's really affecting him here in this outing.
Yeah, Walsh out to have a word with Zorbal now, as he missed with 1 in the dirt. Does have a base open to work with, as it's a 2-0 count. Just hitting the 9 o'clock mark here at Latonia in the top of the 5th, a 7-5 ball game. Another pitch inside, runs at 3-0.
Here you go. Come back and get him now.
And a 4-pitch walk will load the bases here. Still only 1 away.
Wonder how long it's going to take Rick Price to come out here and maybe take Zorbal out of this game. He's got to be getting tired, as that was pitch number 60 in just 2 1/3 innings.
Well, I did see Hal warming up, so I'm guessing we'll see him at some point. Especially with him needing to make another appearance to be playoff eligible. Gast Woodard, in 3 plate appearances, has a walk and 2 strikeouts. This is the 3rd time that he is hitting with the bases loaded, namesake of the cleanup man. So we'll see if he can convert here. Time it up, Trent. Time it up, 1-0 from Zorbal. Good off speed there, as he got a well early swing. See what he comes back with is he got the timing on Woodard just way off. Another off speed in there, called strike 2.
Put him away now. Put him away.
Back-to-back breaking balls in for strikes. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes there a 3rd time.
Yeah, well, it's worked for him so far in this at-bat. Going to the well again could definitely work in his favor and get out number 2 possibly.
As a possible double play ball, 3rd base over to Heffley at 2nd. That'll get him out of the inning. Jesse Lacefield, another great defensive play from him. Gets Rockville out of a jam, keeping it only a 7-5 game. We're back here in the bottom of the fifth as Johnny McMath will lead things off. Looking to be a spark plug for Rockville as they trail by 2 late in the game. Rockville here in the bottom of the fifth of a 7-inning game, running out of chances here. A reminder to all you at home that a win here, we would play Putty Hill tomorrow, but with a loss, we would play Koa at Churchill. McMath swinging, lining one into right field as another hit for JT Money on the day.
Yeah, another hit. Again, something we don't see too often is no one is on base. But regardless, he's able to get another base hit here. Love to see him moving the line, getting the inning started with a single.
Yeah, because this brings now making Ryo the tying run. So watch a curveball drop in.
And for that matter, any other batter that comes to the plate with McMath on first could be the tying run.
Yeah, I've always questioned that saying in baseball because that's given the assumption that the runner already on will score.
Well,
Because when you say, he's the tying run at the plate, that's again assuming that runner on first scored, but anything could happen, It could, like on that pickoff play, had he been called out, you no longer have the tying run at the plate, so.
well, it just goes for that certain scenarios.
It's just one of those weird baseball sayings, though.
Well, it's a true statement. He is a tying run.
As of now, that's assuming the run scores, and that's the point I'm making. As meanwhile, this one comes in and hits Ryo on the shoulder.
Who's still a tying run? Orsini now being the go-ahead runner.
Yeah. That's how you want to call it.
It's because he is. If
That's
everyone scores.
Fabre's 6th hit by pitch this year. He is now the most hit base runner, or hitter rather, I'd say, for Rockville. As I was curious about that, as I went to check it, because as we've seen a few times this week, Ryo taking pitches off the shoulder, and that's the 6th time now all season he's been plunked. Orsini watching one miss outside, runs things 1-1. Looking to convert here as he's got 2 on for him. Got a good pitch there, just swung through it.
Unfortunately swung through it and didn't put it into play as he was a little ahead of that one. Maybe didn't get the timing right on that.
Yeah, he was out ahead of a fastball. Seemingly anxious. You like the aggression, though, as we'll see what he does. Swinging through another fastball here, as that'll be the first out of the inning. In stepping now is Jesse Lacefield. Still 2 on for him, as McMath is over there at first, and McMath on second, Fabre at first. Man, it's getting late here at Latonia.
It's only 9 o'clock. That's the thing. It really isn't that late. We've just been here for a few hours.
That's putting it lightly. Lightly and politely, as this one misses high to Lacefield, 1-1.
Well, we got here about 4 o'clock, and it's now 9 o'clock.
One. Swings through a fastball. Is in his 3rd inning of work. Schertzer really working that pitch in there.
Yeah, Schertzer looks like he's really getting in his zone here.
1-2 now. In there, called strike 3. As Rockville got things started with 2 on and then back-to-back strikeouts. Put Salisbury in the clutch at bat as he'll try to move those runners around. Watches one miss outside, 1-0. Breaking ball catches 1-1. Good spot there as he stole a strike back. One. Fouled off towards the first base side, puts him in a tough 1-2 spot. Salisbury having to battle now. Called strike 3. 3 straight strikeouts for Schertzer, as that keeps things 7-5 as we head towards the 6th. Back here in the top of the 6th, Ethan Zorbal still on the mound. He looks to keep this game right where it is. In the back part of this game, just 2 innings left. Rockville trailing by 2. Breaking ball swung on, fouled back into the netting, evens things at 1. Swinging a fly ball out towards Bowman. Has to range in a bit and put this one away for the first out. Quickly went away as Zorbal pitching to contact there. Getting a fly out on just 3 pitches. Here's a ball in the dirt to start the at-bat to Brown. Bit of an early swing there from Brown as he got some good wood on it, just pulled it foul.
I'm okay with him being a little early on that one, but it was a heck of a shot there. Loud contact, just as you said, early on it, and drove it foul down the left field line.
One coming home from Zorbal. In there, called strike 2. Obviously out there looking to make this a quick inning, is so are we. That's what we're hoping for. As a curveball had him give up on it, nearly caught the outside. Call could have gone either way there, as that was a great 1-2 pitch. Comes back with another breaking ball that gets fouled into the Rockville dugout.
So one of those against BCC that was line foul into their dugout. That one was thankfully a
That was a lot more
slow
electric than that, though.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that last one was a slow squibbler.
All right.
And swinging strike 3 there. Number 5 on the day for Zorball. I gotta give a hat tip to him. You know, he's had 3 errors, a couple pass balls that allowed runners to advance, and he's really stayed calm, cool, and collected on the mound as he's only given up 2.
Yeah, threw 73 pitches on 3 2/3 innings.
But I think that's also 3 extra outs they've asked him to go get. Here's a fly ball towards the left side. Could get him out of the inning. Galloway under it. And there it is. We're going to leave it there as we head towards the bottom of the 6th, a 7-5 ball game. We're back here in the bottom of the 6th as Galloway swinging through one. Rockville down to their last 6 outs of the ball game. That, of course, if they don't take the lead in this inning. Galloway chasing one up and out of the zone, helping him out here as that runs things 0-2.
And unfortunately on that swing there, I don't think we're going to be getting any offense going so far this inning. I'd like to be wrong on that statement, though.
Here's a foul ball back into the netting. We have a pitching change here for the Clippers, but a guy that we don't have on the roster, so to no fault of us, we do not know who's pitching. Ground ball to the left side, and that'll get through. Galloway placing it right where it needed to be. And Rockville, the speediest guy in the lineup, is now on base. That ball isn't hit hard, just perfectly placed as he's on it first now.
Back the ball, Nick. One hand. Back the ball.
Big at-bat for Walsh here as he's been quiet so far today. 2 strikeouts and a walk now. Chance to redeem it here as he represents the tying run. Watches one miss high. And time called as Walsh will step out. See him going old school with no batting gloves.
I think I've seen that from a few batters in this league.
Actually, I take that back. They're skin-colored batting gloves, it looks like.
You said that looks like maybe
I
yellow
see a
batting
reflection.
gloves.
Yeah, yellow. Oh, well, okay, though that's misleading.
Just a little bit. Figured a Pittsburgh fan, you'd know yellow when you see it.
Oh, stop.
Maybe.
You got me there. I don't have a response because you're probably right. But moving on. Ball outside and a throw behind Galloway. Everyone back safe. I'm assuming we'll see Galloway on the move at some point in this at-bat. Also looking over, instead of Bowman, who would be on deck, you see Eddie Hakopian with a bat. As he started every game of this season for the Express, getting a break here in the last game of this season. He's on deck now.
Yeah, we've seen Eddie Hakopian, as you said, every game this season in some capacity.
There's a swing and a miss from Walsh. The hat trick for him, as that will bring up Hakopian, marking the end of the day for Nate Bowman.
Come on, Eddie.
That'll cause some defensive realignments for Rick. As Eddie Hakopian, getting his first at-bat here in Game 2, watches ball one miss low.
Eddie, the singles machine this year. We've talked about it time and time again. North of 20 singles.
23 singles, hitting .307 on the year. They would love for him to add to that now. As this one catches the outside, strike one. Eddie leads the team in singles and walks as well. He's got 13, I'm looking at the wrong number here. 18 walks for him, that's a team high.
Way to go. Way to watch.
That's also resulting in a .425 on-base percentage. All those singles and walks, and almost half the time Eddie gets on base.
You can say that for a few batters on the Express Ball Club.
Meanwhile, swings through one there, evens the count at 2. And you hear him call time at the plate as he'll step out and rethink ahead of the 2-2. Still have Galloway over there at first with one out. There goes Galloway. He'll have to retreat, however. I did call it, though.
Yeah. He did say at some point he would be on the move, as he has the fastest wheels on the team. We've seen that, I say it time and time again, that blue helmet flying around the base paths here.
It was theirs. He got a fantastic jump there. Fortunately, the foul ball, as that pitch was pretty close, and Eddie having to offer at it with 2 strikes. This one missing high to him, runs it full. In the head of the pitcher a little bit now, as he comes with a little bit quicker of a delivery, missing high for the fastball. Full count to Hakopian. You might see Galloway break again from first. As Hakopian gets under this one and skies it towards center. Put away for the second out, and Galloway will hang on at first. That'll bring in Key and Saylor. Hot on the day with a double in this game and 2 in the one before. But now they really need him in this at-bat. Is with 2 away here, he represents the tying run.
Hey, Saylor at this point in the game is 1 for 2 with, you said, that big double. A walk in his first at-bat and then a ground out in his last at-bat.
Yeah, and any higher and this ball game's tied. Because that ball hitting, I'd say, 3/4 of the way up the wall in center field. Takes strike one here, runs at 0-1. Galloway trying for an early steal here. They step off and he'll retreat back to first. Try to jump the timing and missed. fortunately able to get back. As on the next pitch, he'll hold. Misses high to Sailor, 1-1. Galloway getting a few steps off first. Takes a hard step, but doesn't go any further, as this one misses, running at 2-1. In high, 3-1 to Sailor now. He's been a dangerous hitter all day, and Baltimore taking notice of that, pitching very cautiously to him.
He does represent the tying run here, as anything into the outfield would definitely score Galloway from first. That's also if he gets a pitch to hit, as that one was high for ball 4.
Yeah, but little does Baltimore know is they're bringing up perhaps the most clutch man in this lineup, and catcher James Heffley, actually playing second base today. I knew you were. Runners at first and second now for Heffley. Swinging at the first pitch, fouls him back into the catcher. High outside fastball, couldn't do much with that to begin with.
Nah, definitely thinks he wants that one back, because he just decided to commit to that one a little too soon.
Watches one, same spot, called strike 2. Heffley in a tough spot now, 0-2. Trying to hang on, watches one miss upstairs, as he's really got a battle now. He's got 2 very big runs out there on the base paths.
Yeah, 2 runs that could tie the game up at 7 if Heffley got a hold of one.
And swings through the fastball. That will get them out of the inning as we head towards the 7th, a 7-5 ball game still here at Latonia.
We're back here in the top of the 7th inning. get underway here with new pitcher James Howe. Wingard in here to start the inning for the Clippers as they hold a 7-5 lead here going into the final inning of play. Wingard is 1 for 3 on the day. It's a fly ball to left center. Gets down. Wingard starts the inning with a leadoff double.
I am back. I had to check on the defensive alignments for Rockville. It's Eddie Hakopian in left. We got Orsini out in center. And Sailor sticking it in right. Baltimore getting the inning started with a double here.
Something to note here. James Howe said I would mention it at some point if he came into the ball game. James Howe has the highest on-base percentage on the ball club of 1,000. Not something you normally hear from a pitcher.
Well, small sample size of at-bats, but noteworthy to say the least.
Yeah, small sample size of his one at-bat resulting in a walk.
Totally not noteworthy by force, of course.
Well, this is something that I think is
Requested,
somewhat interesting.
we'll say requested.
Yeah.
As this one's going to get down up the left side, going the other way with it, and Baltimore will jump out to an 8-5 lead here with that double.
Back-to-back doubles here for the Clippers in the top of the 7th. I guess a good start for them here as they're trying to pad the lead as they do successfully.
Howe checks back at second, comes home, and this one's dropped into right. They're going to hold him at third, as that'll give Baltimore runners at the corners now. Still none away here in the inning is back-to-back-to-back hits to start it off.
Not a great start for Howe here as he's faced 3 batters and all 3 have reached via the base hit. The first 2 were extra base hits.
Yeah, and that one just over the head of McMath, dumped into right. Here, Rick barking out double play depth is you need this out here any way you can. This one catching the zone despite the drop ball. Oh, 1 from Howe. Gets a pop fly. We'll see if the runner's tagging. Testing the arm of Orsini. Good throw. Walsh unable to come up with the throw and the hop. A bullet from Orsini, however, but a 9-5 ball game. The trailing runner advanced as well as Baltimore now is a runner on second.
And unfortunately, the ball had just too little juice. I think it hopped maybe 2 feet in front of home plate, in front of Walsh there. Heck of an effort, though.
Fortunate for Rockville, though, they do get an out on the play, as that's 1 in the inning. They've got 2 more before they get a last chance at it in the bottom of the 7th. Came into this inning hoping to keep it a 2-run lead. Have already surrendered 2 in the inning.
Something we have to remind you, all the viewers at home, is with the loss in this game, playoffs being tomorrow, we would play Koa on the road at Churchill.
That is our understanding, yes.
Although if we did manage to walk off here, however many runs the Clippers put up, we would play Putty Hill on the road as well in Baltimore at St. Paul's. Just a little playoff scenario for you.
That's, of course, to our understanding.
Yeah. As we figure out the playoffs this year are very wacky and crazy as scenarios are all over the place.
Makes it all the more exciting, a league that comes down to the last day.
It comes down to the last day and you're not really sure where you're playing tomorrow. We just know that we are playing tomorrow. I think that's the big thing.
Yes. Yeah, as we've said, anyone can beat anyone in this league. Rockville's beaten both teams and lost to both teams, so, I mean, yeah, you never know. There's a ground ball out towards second. They should get an out on the play. That they do, is the runner on second will take third. 2 outs now for Rockville, as what would be the third run of the inning, just 90 feet away at third. Howe looking to keep him there. Howe ready to deal. Ball gets by Walsh. Score that a pass ball. That'll bring in run number 10 of the ball game. Rockville unfortunately struggling to get out of this inning. Curveball catches. Howe in a 2-1 count now. Breaking ball misses outside. Curveball runs it full. Howe looking to give Woodard the hat trick in this ball game. And he does, got him with the curveball. That gets Rockville out of the inning as they have a 5-run lead to overcome, headed towards the bottom of the 7th. Back here in the bottom of the 7th, Rockville needing to overcome a 10-5 deficit, as it'll be Johnny McMath to lead them off. Swings through a fastball.
Johnny today is 1 for 3 with a single in his last at-bat.
Behind on the fastball here is Rockville, usually a good hitting team against the fastball, but today quite the opposite. Just 4 hits for them in the ball game as well. Thought about offering it the high heat. Good idea to hold back on it as it's 1-2 now. One-two, pop towards the left side. Third baseman running out of room, and this will drop foul.
Another chance for Johnny to adjust his timing a little bit and see if he can get a hold of one of those pitches up in the zone. Drive it out into the outfield maybe. Get a little bit of a rally started here for the Express.
I mean, yeah, but you've got to have the move the line mentality, one guy at a time. Fortunately, you can't get 5 runs back on one swing with no one on. This one will miss down and in, evens things at 2. Swings and fouls one back behind us. McMath really battling now, still 2-2. And here's another foul ball back. Two to McMath once again. Misses high. McMath really in a battle here, runs it full.
Yeah, way to work the count. Fouling off pitches, working with the ones that he doesn't like, taking on good pitches, and he's worked it full.
Either way, whether it's a walk or a hit, you really want to see McMath on first here. And swings through it as that'll be the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Ryo Fabre now. He'll hit with 1 away and no one on base.
Ryo today is 0 for 2. And in his last at bat, he was hit by pitch. So let's see if he can get on base here. And as I said earlier, try and spark a rally here in the bottom of the 7th inning for the Express.
Watches one miss high, 1-0. To him, swings through a fastball. Rockville just unable to catch up with the fastballs here.
Wonder if the time of day is really affecting him now as it's dragging on to almost the 10 o'clock hour here. You're down 5 runs. Yeah, you'd like to have a little bit of gas left in the tank, but these tanks might be dry now for these Rockville batters.
Save the hits for tomorrow.
Yeah.
One-two to Fabre. Able to stay alive, fouls one back. Coach Hoyt beating Steven Orsini out for that ball. Good hustle there. One-two. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts to start out the 7th. And it's up to Steven Orsini now to keep the hopes of Rockville alive here.
Yeah, unfortunately like I said, these couple games, especially this game itself, is drug on quite a long time. And these guys, I think at this point, just kind of want to get this game over and focus on tomorrow. I hate to say it, trying to maybe force yourself to the end of the game, but they know they've locked themselves into the playoffs. They know they're playing tomorrow. I think the best idea here is to just get through this game, get some good rest tonight, and then
Come out ready to play
Yeah,
ball
come
tomorrow.
out ready to play some playoff baseball tomorrow.
Orsini down now 0-2. Here's what could be the last pitch of the ball game now as Rockville is down to their final strike. And called strike 3 on the outside. Final in this one 10-5. The Clippers getting the better of the season series now. Josh Feldman alongside Pat Mitchell signing off here at Latonia. We'll see you all tomorrow night for playoff baseball.